Hello everybody, hope you're having a fantastic day today. Thank you so much for checking out the video. Today I just wanted to go over what I think is the top 5 rifles in Fallout 76 going into 2025. I'm going to show you my picks and how to get all these glorious weapons. Let's get into it here. Okay, so at number 5, which was a hard pick, but I definitely settled at number 5 with the Tesla rifle. I feel like it had to be on this list. This weapon, I feel like, is underrated. It's like the ultimate tagging machine, and it just tears through enemies. Like, if you have a bunch of enemies, like a bunch of ghouls, like, it's just destruction. Absolutely love the Tesla rifle. Couldn't have a list without it. And this is the one that I'm using in the footage here, just in case you're wondering. If you do want to get your hands on a Tesla rifle, you can come over here to the White Springs Mall, and you just come over to the vendor that I'm going to show here, which, if I'm not mistaken, is the Brotherhood vendor, and they will have the plan for the Tesla rifle. Now, I think you need to be level 30 or 40 before you can get this. I think it's 40, actually, so just keep in mind if you're not seeing it, that may be why. At number 4, we have the Handmade. Definitely had to have this on this list, especially for, this is kind of a personal list, I would say. This weapon's just phenomenal. If I'm running a rifle build, I definitely have a Handmade with me. It's just a very powerful weapon, and it just gets the job done. It's very nice to use. The ammo's not too bad for it. This is the one that I'm using in the footage, just in case you wanted to, make the same type of weapon. I do recommend quad, faster fire rate, less action cost. You can see I didn't even have a 4-star on this, and I'm still just tearing through enemies. Absolutely awesome weapon. I love the Handmade, and if you've seen any of my streams, maybe not lately, but in the past, you would definitely see me using this rifle a lot. If you do want to get your hands on the Handmade rifle, you can just come over to the White Springs Mall here as well, but we're going to go to a different vendor, which is the Free States vendor, and they should have the plan for the Handmade as well. Now, keep in mind, I think you have to be level 30 before you can get this one. I could be wrong, but if you're not seeing it, that may be why. And another way to get this too is right where I'm showing here. There's a little island here, ironically right across from my camp. There is a bear here, so just keep that in mind. Be careful when you're coming over here. But there is a Handmade on the rock here next to Comrade Chubbs. So if you just wanted to get one that way, you can do that as well. And just wanted to point out too, the Handmade does have a skin on it as well that you can change the total appearance of it. And it just looks fantastic. I love the sight that you get with the Screaming Eagle and the Tropic Lightning camo. Just throwing that out there. This is definitely why this is number 4 on my list. And I just love the Handmade. Couldn't have a list without it. And at number 3, we have the Enclave Plasma Rifle. Very powerful weapon. The flamer mod on it is just pretty cool that I'm showing here. Although I do prefer it just as it being, a ranged rifle rather than the flamer barrel. That way you can get Scorched Beasts and stuff like that as well with it too. But the flamer barrel is definitely powerful. But again, I definitely lean towards it just being, a ranged weapon. But awesome weapon either way, however you want to use it. This is the flamer that I was using in the video, and I'm going to show the ranged one that I was using as well, just in case you want to maybe craft yourself something similar to this. Although, which I'm about to get into, this weapon is a little bit tricky to get the mods for. Now, you can get a regular rifle at the White Springs Bunker. I just come to the service entrance here. I'm going to show. If you're not an Enclave officer, I will link a video in the description showing you how to get in here. You don't even have to finish the whole quest because it's actually just over here that you need to come to. You don't even have to get into the general area. You just have to be able to get over to the production terminal, I think it's called here. Production terminal, yes. And then you can purchase yourself the Enclave Plasma Rifle. You can also get a pistol as well if you want. But this is just like a base version one. If you want the mods for this, this is a little tricky. It's a lot like the Gatling Plasma if you're familiar with that. I'm going to show you another way to maybe get some of the mods on it already rather than just buying a base version like this one. But yes, if you want the mods for this, very similar to the Gatling Plasma mods. You have to go to the Watoga station, and you can actually go over to Vendor-Bot Phoenix as well. Sometimes they have the mods for this. And yes, it's just, you know, you got to keep hopping servers and hope for the best, ladies and gentlemen. They are very rare to get the mods for this weapon. And yes, I'm going to show you how to get to Vendor-Bot Phoenix from here, just in case you didn't know how. You're going to look for the yellow buses here, and then we're just going to head over here. And again, you can get the Gatling Plasma mods from these two vendors as well, and you can, you know, luckily get the box mods as well for the Enclave Plasma Rifle, if you get lucky. Definitely not easy to get your hands on these. I recommend doing the dropped connection events, because then you may actually get a rifle with the mods on it. Like, you can get one with the flamer barrel, you can get one with the red dot sight on it here, like I'm showing here. Definitely the best way to go about starting off, and then maybe you can start searching for the other mods after you get your rifle from a dropped connection. It doesn't always give you a rifle, but probably the best way to get one, and then, you know, maybe get the mods for it afterwards, or maybe you'll get one with everything you need on it, luckily. At number 2, we have the Railway Rifle. Very overpowered rifle in the game. I think DPS-wise, it is the most damaging rifle, if I'm not mistaken. This thing has been nerfed and it has been buffed, but it is still today one of the best rifles in the game, in my opinion. It just destroys everything that you need it to. Like, you can fight boss enemies with this, from Scorch Beast to just regular mobs. It is a pleasure to use this weapon. This is the one that I'm using. I highly recommend, even if you don't want to go with any effects or anything that I have on here, I highly recommend you always go with the quad railway rifle. The damage adds up so much better with a quad. If you want to get your hands on a railway rifle, you can come over here to the Berkeley Springs train station, and hopefully the vendor here does have one. They do have the plan for it, so you can craft it, and I do recommend buying the automatic piston plan. You cannot learn this from scrapping them, if I'm not mistaken, but just in case you can't, the plan for that as well is here. And what that does is it makes the railway rifle fully automatic, and the auto piston combined with the quad effect is just absolutely overpowered, ladies and gentlemen. If you have not tried a railway rifle, I highly recommend it. You're probably gonna love it. And if you can't get these plans and you're a bit of a newer player, this vendor does sometimes have a railway rifle as well. So if you want something to start off with, that might be the way to go. An honorable mention here before we get into number 1, I just wanted to talk about the V63 laser carbine. This thing isn't the most powerful weapon in the game, but oh my god, for destroying mobs, this thing is so much fun. I really love it. I feel like VATS just never miss. This is the one I was using in the footage, and oh my god, this gun is better than I think people think it is. It's absolutely awesome. I don't see a lot of people using it, and I just have a lot of fun every time I pull this weapon out. Like, for regular mobs, you can't really get much better, man. Like, this gun was almost a number 5 for me, but I just had to have the Tesla rifle up there. And if you do want this weapon, it does involve the Milepost 0 content. So if you've been doing the caravans, you can probably just go purchase it. I'm going to show you where you can, and you can get the plan for it. You can get all the mods from it from the same person over here. If you have not done any of the caravan stuff, I will link a video in the description going over everything you need to do to get this weapon, even a quest that will give it to you at the end of it. But yes, if you have it, then you will have everything here at your disposal. Now, number 1, I'm sure most of you have figured out by now, if I hadn't mentioned it already, it is the Fixer. This weapon is awesome. Before, I would have picked the railway rifle, but I've been using the Fixer a lot lately, and it's just so convenient. It's so smooth. The VATS is great on it. The damage is great on it. It'll pretty much do everything you need it to do. The ammo's easy to get your hands on. It's just an awesome rifle. I don't know what else to say. I'm sure people in the comments will let us know how good the Fixer is as well if you don't believe me. But yes, it's just a fantastic rifle, and it's definitely my number 1 pick. If I could only use one rifle in the game, it's definitely this Fixer right here. Now, I just want you to pay attention to the first 3-star effects. You can put on whatever 4-star effect you want. I just highly recommend quad, faster fire rate, less VATS. Now, This weapon is a little bit trickier to get. I will link a video in the description explaining how to start the quest so you can do encrypted events. And it is a little bit tricky, but when you're done the quest, it will give you a fixer at the end of it, a base version one. But you can have the chance to learn the plan from doing the event that I'm showing here. And once you complete the quest, you can do this event as much as you want, pretty much. I will link that down in the description going through that, because that is a whole other little quest line. And that's pretty much how you would get the fixer, unless you could have a friend craft you one, or even a high level player. Like sometimes we go around just dropping these to lower level players. If any of us high level players give you a fixer, maybe hang on to it. I just wanted to go into some builds, or sorry, the build that I'm using for this video as well, just in case you want to get some similar results that I'm getting. This is the build that I'm using. It is a low health, unyielding type bloodied build. So I will link a video in the description as well for a full health commando build that will more than well complement these weapons. I'll put that into the description as well in case you don't want to go low health. And this is the armor that I was using in the video as well. You can see it's all unyielding. I do like the 4th star Rangers effect. I do recommend that. Maybe 2 poisoners, maybe 2 fireproof. You can see I have the dense mod on it as well. Just stuff that really helps you when you're low health. And if I could recommend some serums as well, or the ones that I was using is Adrenal, Eagle Eyes. I had Egghead Serum, but you don't need that one. Healing, Herbivore, Herd Mentality, Marsupial, Scaly Skin, and Speed Demon are the mutations that I'm using. And yeah, that's pretty much it, everybody. Let me know in the comments what your top 5 rifles are, or if I got it somewhat close. Love reading the comments, and yeah, I had a lot of fun making this video. Let me know what you guys think, everybody, and as always, thank you so much for watching. Have a pleasant evening.